Hey friends, and welcome to another week of Story Time with Sam. Today I'm here to gather with you to share you another tea and another story and another 10% off discount. You're welcome. Today's story is about how my parents have been pastors and preachers my whole life. Before I was born, and even to this day, my parents are pastors and they preach and they travel and they have a church and all this cool stuff. And I joke all the time with other preachers' kids or ministry kids that are now adults like me, that's literally all our parents taught us to do. Like, yes, we still went to school and we learned all the things, but like our parents taught us ministry and that's it. And then the day comes for either our first job or for us to leave the nest and go to college and have our life figured out. And our parents look at us like, so what do you want to do with your life? And we're like, what do you mean? I want to do what you do. And they're like, oh, but that doesn't pay the bills. And it's like, everybody knows ministry is not the best paying job. And so I guess our parents just want us, to be able to leave their house one day, which I get, but that's the only thing we're good at. And it's their fault. It's their fault. I had a friend who worked at a coffee shop for her first job, and y'all, she sucked. Like, she got fired from a coffee shop, and I don't know who gets fired from a coffee shop, but she did because she did not know how to have a job. She did not know how to do all that stuff. You know what she knew how to do? The same things I know how to do. She knew how to stack chairs. She knew how to wipe off tables. She knew how to sweep the floor. She knew how to encourage the heck out of people, and she knew how to pray for people, lift her hands in worship, and get on her knees and pray. She knew all that stuff just like I do, and that's it. Like, that's the stuff that's been drilled into us. And so it still reflects into mine and my husband's life this day, because we're always the last people to leave a party, a gathering, whatever, even if we didn't throw it. Because what? We stay and we help wipe the tables off and we sweep the floors, and my husband's worse than I am. We're always the last people to leave because that's drilled into both of us, that wipe the tables off, sweep the floors, do all the things. Like, we're the ones that do that. Come on, let's go. And it's just so funny. So that's all we're good at. And my sister, this sweet girl, she always wanted to marry a preacher like our daddy. And she did. So praise the Lord, she got what she wanted. Myself, on the other hand, I didn't want to marry a pastor, and I didn't want to marry a preacher. I was okay with a missionary because I thought that was exciting. Or just a guy who works a 9-to-5 job, he's regular and we love Jesus and we just work regular jobs. But God had other plans. And if you know me in real life, this is obvious, God had other plans than that. So my husband and I have been married for 2.5 years. And since we've been married, we have been youth pastors at our church. And so it turns out I did marry a preacher, and I became a preacher girl myself. What has happened to me? And now we spend our time training up other students and other leaders to be the people who wipe the tables off. I mean, what? Come on, Jesus. Like, what have you done? And we're not even parents yet. So I just wanted to share with you that the best thing about being obedient to God is that He positions us and He promotes us while we're still figuring it all out. Like, we don't have it all together, and we necessarily did not plan this for our lives, but in the midst of that confusion, like, God had a plan, and He positioned us and He promoted us to where we are today. And so this may not be, and this is not how I pictured my life. And same to you, it may not be how you pictured your life, and you may not be making the amount of money that you thought you would in your life. But like, it's so much better. At least I can say that for myself, that where I'm at in my life is not where I thought it would be. It's so much better. It's so much more fulfilling. It's so much more fun, and just so rewarding. And so this week's tea says, created to lead and live and serve well. And that's today's tea, because even if you weren't raised in a ministry family, we're all called to live a life that leads others to Jesus, that lives unashamed, and that serves people with all our hearts and serves the Lord with all our heart. So I hope you enjoyed today's story and the tea of the week. I think it's super cute, and I hope you will use this 10% off discount code to snag you one too, and share your story of how you lead and how you love and how you serve well. I'll see you next week.